Hi everyone, and welcome to the Bankroll Builder Day 2 for Keeneland. Uh, Bad start yesterday. Bad start. Went 0 for 2. In race 4 to 5, just looked absolutely horrible. Just couldn't run a lick. That's what happens sometimes. You think you have the best of it, and just you were completely wrong. So we move on, and then the one, like I said in the preview, the 2 outruns him. The 2 could be gone, and that's exactly what happened. And gate to wire, and nothing we can do there. The one tried to muster up a rally down the rail. He finished third, and nothing we could do there. So we're down 35. Bankroll sits at 465.47, and we have 3 spots today in which we're looking at. So let's start off with race number 8, which is the First Lady Stakes, Grade 1 for fillies and mares. 3-year-olds up, we're going a mile on the grass. And I look at this race, and this is kind of like a Breeders' Cup race for these horses, because there's no Breeders' Cup race for them. They can try the mile against the boys, or they can stretch out and go a mile and a quarter in the filly and mare turf. So really today is their day for the horses in this race. And the one I'm looking at here, Althea, short price, runs run very well, could easily win this race. But at 7-2, I don't want to take him, or her, I should say. Don't want to take her, and she's probably the most likely winner. But if I'm wagering on this race, I'm not going to wager on the 3 at a short price. I'm going to look for someone else that could dethrone Althea, you could say. And where I landed on was the 6, Regal Glory, at 5-1 for Chad Braun, Jose Ortiz. Ran very well in the De La Rose at Saratoga. I watched that race, just motored home down the stretch. Great lead kick, and just mowed them down the lane. 2 starts back in the Just a Game, was caught very wide, 3 to 5 wide, 7 wide down the stretch, and Althea was just powerful that day in the first start in the States. But prior to that, ran some very nice races earlier and into last year, and just very good form for Regal Glory. And I think today's the day for her to get that Grade 1 victory, and really put herself on the map as a premier miler on the grass. And I think that she's going to set the trip, and I think she's going to mow them down coming down the stretch, get a better trip this time. Caught in the middle, not out wide, and I think she'll be ready to go for sure. The only other one I looked at in here that has a chance to win is the other Chad Braun. He has 3 in this race. The 13, Viadera. And Viadera, I think, is going to get first run. Is going to be close to the pace, and I think she's going to be tracking the 9, Blowout, who's the third Chad Braun. The 9 is going to be setting the pace, and Viadera has kind of used Blowout as a target in a sense, and has nipped Blowout a couple starts back. And I think this is going to be the same type of race. I think Viadera is going to get first run, catch Blowout, and then we'll have to hold off Regal Glory and Althea. And at 8-1, you go to Florent Giroux, who's a very capable rider, doesn't get Joel. Not sure where Joel's riding this weekend. I'll have to look at that and see where he's at. But I think Viadera is worth a play at 8-1 for sure. So that's where I landed. So we're going to have a couple exactas with the 6 and the 13. We'll get to the bets at the end, but that's where I landed. Race number 9 is the Breeders' Fee Charity for 2-year-olds, going to be a mile 16th. For a lot of these horses, they're going 2 turns for the first time. Some of them might have been already 2 turns, but for a good amount of them, they're going 2 turns for the first time. And excuse me. Stellar Tap, the first one I'm looking at here, just didn't like the last start. When he went 2 turns the first time at Churchill. Just it didn't look impressive. Just was laboring down the stretch. Just didn't look comfortable. And at 9-2, I'm going to play against here and just see. I need him to prove to me that he can show up in this spot, and I'm not willing to back him in this spot. The 5 don't wait up first time going around 2 turns for Tony Dutrow, and Johnny V jumps on him. Well, was on him last start, but it stays on him. I think the horse wants 2 turns. I think he's primed for a big effort coming off 2 bullet works. I think he's going to be the controlling speed. The question is he going to be able to ration that speed? Ran a very good buyer, breaking his maiden, beat a muddy track, but I don't. A lot of people weigh mud starts more than dry starts. I don't. If you can run the dirt, you can run the dirt. I mean, yeah, mud might benefit a horse better, but if you can run on, you can run on. This is my opinion. I think 5 is primed for a big effort here, and I think I'd rather back him at 9-2 than one that I've seen at 2 turns not do well. So I'm gonna take a shot, and I will use the 5, but he is not my top play. My top play, and the one I love, is the 12, Kevin's Folly. And the reason I say this is the 12 ran a great race against Gun Wit, hanging on for 3rd, ran very game down the stretch. Again, I think this horse wants 2 turns. I think he'll be able to sit back, make a powerful run, rationing that speed, because his gameness in the stretch really showed to me that he can sustain and he can run. And I think, reserving that speed and that sustainment going into the far turn sets him up for a big run coming down the stretch. And I think the 12 could mow them all down and just run away with it. So I really like the 12. I think he's going to run big. You get Pratt on him. Pratt, they get him. He's going to run great for them. Tom Amos, very good 2-year-old trainer. Not a lot of people give him credit, but he's a very good trainer, and I'm willing to take a shot here at 12-1 and see if we can get him home. So Kevin's Folly in the Breeders' Futurity. Race 10 is the Keeneland Turf Mile Stakes. Now, this is essentially a prep for the Breeders' Cup Mile. A lot of nominated horses are in this race for that Breeders' Cup Mile. And, the 5 kind of ran, or excuse me, the 3 ran his race last time. I don't see the 3 showing much here. Yeah, he's nominated. And great story here with Paul Lobo, but I just don't see the 3. The 4 coming over, I think, is using this for another prep. I think trying to get some more confidence in him being over in the States. Just hasn't looked good since coming over. So the 6, another one, grinding type. I just don't like him in this spot. I could easily fill the exotics up, but get the blinkers on, and has run well with blinkers on in the past, but I just don't see it. I just don't see him pushing through and getting it done. The 7 could easily get it done. The 7 ran very well last time in the mid-million, mowed him down the stretch, and Joel was just riding lights out back then. You go to Tyler Gaffleone, who, again, great finishing rider, could easily get it done. Gonna have to step up. So we'll see what he can do, but at 9-2, I'm not going to back him either. And of course, the only one left, really, to me, is 10, Order of Australia, who, what can you say? Won the Breeders' Cup Mile here last year, very impressive fashion. Aidan O'Brien's not going to send him over, any short. He's gonna send him over if they have a chance to win. Now, the only question I have is that win in the mile last year was his first win at this distance. So the question is, does he like Keeneland? Was this an optimal spot for him? Because the Breeders' Cup Mile last year, I honestly wasn't the really strongest of fields, and this field feels like a little bit stronger, so I am going to back him. I am going to use him. I think he is the best horse in the race, and again, at 7-2, I think I think you're gonna get every bit of it. I don't see anyone taking a lot of money in this race. Ted might take some money. You might see him at 3-1, but I don't see anyone being an overwhelming favorite in this race. Great betting race, I think, but there's some shorter prices that I wouldn't back. I would definitely back Order of Australia here, and he's gonna be my pick in this race. Some others in here, Something Like a Hot Brown. Never been a fan of Something Like a Hot Brown. And I just see this horse hanging, just a hanger, I think. And 0 for 4th distance, another one short price in 9-2. I just don't. He's gonna have to step up again as well. I just don't. I don't know. I just don't. Not a fan. Not a fan. So again, I could be proven wrong. I've been proven wrong many times. So we will see what happens. So let's get to the bets here. So we have 3 races: races 8, 9, and 10. And in race 8, again, I like the 6 Regal Glory. We're going to put him in a $2 exacta over the 3, 5, and 13. And then 13 is going to be a dare. I could see him moving down, getting the first run. 13 over 3, 5, and 6, $1 exacta. Race 9, Kevin's Folly. We're going to do $10 to win on Kevin's Folly. I think prime for a big effort running against great competition back in Saratoga. Then race 10, we're going to do an $8 exacta. The 10 over the 11, 12, and 13. The 11 being Diamond Oops, the 12 Field Pass, and the 13 Something Like a Hot Brown. 3 good horses that could easily fill up the exotics at prices that I think are worth throwing in there. And then we're going to do a pick 3 in races 8, 9, and 10. So we're going to use the 3, 5, 6, and 13. The great horses from race 8. We're going to do the 5 and the 12 from race 9. The 5 being the Tony Dutra horse that I think can get it done as well, going first time around 2 turns. And then we're going to single the 10 in race number 10. So altogether, what we have here, 6, 9, 19, 43, $51 in bets. Hopefully we can get some of these home, turn a profit, get back on the plus side of the bankroll, and start building this up. So good luck to everyone out there today. Enjoy the races, and we'll see you next time. Take care.